Good Monday morning, meetings. How you doing today? How is everybody on this new start to a new week? My tummy just growled real loud. I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but if it did, that's what happened right there. That's what happens when you're on your third cup of coffee already by 9 in the morning. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another weekly live stream where we go over horror news and channel updates for Dead Meat and Dead Meat Presents. The whole Dead Meat universe, if you will. Shout out to Sydney Michelle for being the first person in the chat this morning. Nemo Dingo also getting their coffee started. Coffee mug of the day is Anger in honor of Inside Out 2 coming out. And thankfully, finally, we have a movie this year doing well at the box office. Thank you, Inside Out 2, for coming out and making movie. Making movie. It's making money. They made a movie that's making money. Huge opening for that movie. Bigger opening weekend than the Mario Brothers movie, which I did not expect. I think it's like the 5th highest opening weekend since 2019. So, shame that it's a sequel, but good nonetheless. Yo, at this point, for the sake of the theater owners and the industry, whatever movie gets people going, you know? Bad Boys 4 also did well in theaters. You're right, Janine Price, that Bad Boys 4 also had a strong showing. It was maybe the turning point. Inside Out 2 really blown it out of the water, so hopefully we'll continue the trend going forward since we had a very weak May and just entire beginning of the year. So real nasty stuff there. Which one's number one for biggest opening since 2019? Endgame unmatched. Avatar did pass it when it was re-released in total gross, but Avatar is a movie with like really long legs, so it was in theaters for a long time. A lot of people went and kept seeing it. But Endgame, the open, you can't. That'll never be matched, I don't think. Unless something drastic happens. I don't think Endgame's ever going to be matched. Alright, let's get to the news. There is some viral marketing website going on for Longlegs. So I was reading a little bit about this, and this gets into the plot of Longlegs. So Longlegs comes out soon now. It comes out on July 12th. So a little less than a month away. If you're into viral marketing stuff and like clues, and I'll just click this real fast. It's like a very old style website, which is really cool. I love this. This reminds me of being a kid and finding websites that looked exactly like this. This is very well done. But if you want to have the complete element of surprise about what this movie's about, where it's going and everything, maybe don't read it. Because I was reading it and I was like, oh, because I've seen the film. And I was reading, I was like, oh, okay, they're starting to met out. They're starting to deal out the plot in little bits. And it's nothing too spoilery. It's just really like the setup and background. But if you're like me and you like to go into a movie completely blind and just let it take you where it's going to take you without any preconceived notions, I would say avoid this website. But it's cool that they're doing this. I mean, the marketing for this movie has been really interesting, really harkens back to a unique style marketing that relies more on like vibes and just tone and mystery. So it's really great. Happy they're doing this. Robert Pattinson is teaming up with Parker Finn, who made Smile. Smile 2 is coming out in October, and I guess after Smile 2, Parker Finn's next project is going to be a remake of Possession. So Possession's been popping up a lot lately in my life. Maybe it's just the thing, what is it, Bider Meinhof, where once you know about something, it pops up a lot. That's been happening for me with Possession, because both Immaculate and The First Omen take direct inspiration from Possession. Thank you, Shannon Lee, we did a commentary track on Possession. So if you're a patron at that level, you can watch the film with me and Chelsea's commentary track. No, Possession, there may have been another movie called Possession in 2020. I'm not sure. It's a pretty, standard name, simple name. But the 1981 film Possession stars Sam Neill. And it's directed by a Polish filmmaker, Andrzej Zulawski. I'm so sorry. I'm a bad Pole for not knowing how to pronounce that. But, yeah, Possession is very... If you want to watch a weird, surreal horror movie about a crumbling marriage, there you go. Oh, yeah, someone might be thinking of Possessor, which also rules, Brandon Cronenberg. And, yeah, Isabel Adjani has this... She plays the wife in Possession, Sam Neill's wife, and there's an infamous scene with her having like a breakdown in like a subway station, and it gets like, again, that was referenced directly in the first Omen. In Immaculate, it was a reference point, and that scene is like iconic. Once you know about that scene, you will hear it referenced all the time. So definitely worth checking out. It's a weird one, a little slow. Very depressing. Zuvosky. Thank you, Raphael, assuming that's correct. But yeah, so they're remaking it. You know what? At this point, because can I say anything about? I don't know what I can say, how much I can say about. Remember when we watched the trailer for Speak No Evil, the remake, and I was like, why are they remaking this? This movie just came out. It looks like the exact same thing. We got to see it. It's actually really good. So, at this point, I'm not going to sit here and shit on any remakes or anything. Because hopefully we'll be able to talk more about Speak No Evil soon. But, because that doesn't come out till September. But I'll just throw that out there. Chelsea and I finished that movie. We're like, that was good. That was really good, right? So, did not expect that. You can go back and watch my reaction to that trailer and see how skeptical I am of that, but... So, after that, I'm holding my tongue. Maybe this Possession remake will be great. I mean, Robert Pattinson, been on a roll lately. He'll always have my respect after the White House. And then Parker Finn, I really like Smile. So, there we go. Circle, a Netflix movie from 2015, is getting a sequel. This is another movie we have a commentary track on, so if you want to watch this ahead of this indie sequel, I think it said. Yeah, an indie sequel. I think it's just in development, so it'll probably be, a year out before we see it, but yeah, it's getting a sequel. This compared it to 12 Angry Men at some point, and yeah, I know that some people, there was a while, especially when I first started the channel, where a lot of people were requesting Circle for a kill count, because back then, it was only 2 years old instead of being almost 10. But I remember watching it being like, how... The movie's interesting, it's all these people standing on circles, and they have to choose someone to die until there's one person left. And it's a fine movie, I didn't hate it, yeah, just like Shannon, I didn't hate it, but... for a kill count, it would just be like, and then they talk, and then this person gets killed. And then they talk about this thing, and then this person gets... So I don't know how well it would work for a kill count. But, I mean, watch me end up doing it when the sequel comes out. Gotta get that SEO, But check out the original on Netflix, with or without our commentary track if you want. And it'll apparently have a sequel. Trap is going to be seen a little bit earlier than previously expected. It was originally going to be released on August 9th. Now it's coming out on August 2nd. So I'm not sure why they would move the release date up. Oftentimes when they do this, it's because the studio's like, okay, well actually we have this coming out here, and oh, the other studio moved this movie, so in order to either compete or not compete with that, we're going to move this to a free weekend. So who knows? I don't see any reasoning here, but I'm really looking forward to Trap. I think that it looks awesome. I'm a Shyamalan defender. I'll defend his movies, and I think that the trailer for Trap looks really cool. So that'll be out on August 2nd. Too Close to Deadpool and Wolverine? Yeah, that movie might do really well. I'm curious to see how that does, because that could be another big one. Yeah, I think for box office talk, I think Twisters, I'm hoping will do well. Deadpool and Wolverine, and there was something else. Is there a Despicable Me, right? There, 4? Is that coming out soon? Because those movies all make $1 billion or close to it, so hopefully we get some more juice pumped into that fucking system, man. And yeah, even if they're sequels, it's like at this point we gotta take what we can get, man. Oh yeah, the Crow remake. Livy S says, what about the Crow remake? That's what everyone else has said. What about the Crow remake? That'll be out in August. We'll see if there's anything on that. Alien Romulus is, I think, pretty soon. Lee Cronin, who made Evil Dead Rise, is getting another movie. 2026. I was pretty sure he had another Evil Dead setup, but I don't see this article mentioning that at all, so I'm not sure. And this new one will be with the Atomic Monster and Blumhouse. I don't think it's a merger, partnership, whatever. They've been making movies, producing movies, so he'll have something, a mysterious project, as a modern take on something ancient. Watch it end up being Dracula. I hope for his sake it's not Dracula. I don't know why audiences do not want vampires, but holy shit, do vampire movies fail? God, good luck Nosferatu from Eggers. I think that's this year. Yeah, that Dredge game that I still have yet to play, that I'd still really like to. That's getting more DLC apparently. The Iron Rig coming August 15th. Maybe I'll try to play that ahead of that, because that's 2 months away. The problem is, every time Abigail did not do well, Michael. That's the problem. That was what I was referencing with the vampire, because Renfield did very poorly. Last Voyage did very poorly. Abigail, not as poorly as those, but it didn't do well, unfortunately. So hopefully we'll see about Nosferatu. We'll see. But yeah, every time I'm like, oh, I should play this game on stream. Then I look at my to-do list for kill counts, and I'm like, no, I guess I'll go do those instead. Those have to be done. Those are the money makers. Those are the things that keep the channel going. So I'll play games if I ever get the chance to. But Ian Parks just started Dredge. It's fun. A chill time until it isn't. That sounds like a great game to me. I love those. This is all I'll say about this. Do not watch this trailer for Strange Darling. It's one of the best films of the year, and the less you know, the better. Okay, I'm going to heed that advice. I'm not going to read anything about this. All I know is that Kyle Gallner's in it. That's good enough for me. I think it currently, it only has like 9 reviews, but it has 100%. Obviously, that could change with more reviews, but you tell me a movie's good, that's all I need. Like, oh, it's a good, okay, I'm not going to look into it anymore. I'll just go see it and let it, again, take me where it wants to take me. So anyone who wants to, feel free to do that. I'm not gonna watch shit about it. I'm just going in blind, baby. Strange Darling. We'll see. I think that comes out August. Okay. Here's why we had art on the trailer, because David Howard Thornton, who played Art the Clown, who played the Grinch in The Mean One, is now working with the Mean One people again. My buddy Stephen Lamorte, who made that film, he's doing Screamboat since Steamboat Willie entered the public domain. And David Howard Thornton is going to be playing Willie, I guess. Yeah, Steamboat. He's going to be playing Steamboat Willie. So we'll see that happening. They have a cast list. I don't really know anyone except for Amy Schumacher, who was in The Mean One. She was the mayor in The Mean One, and she's married to Stephen Lamorte. I think it's Stephen Lamorte, not Stephen Lamort. I'm not sure. But hey, you know what? The Mean One was fine. It was a cute little movie, and it had some okay gore in it, a lot of CG blood, but outside of that was a loving send up of the Grinch. So hopefully Screamboat, something similar. Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding are doing a movie, Hard Eyes. It's for Spyglass, but I think it's currently filming in New Zealand. Olivia Holt is in Totally Killer. Kill count this Friday. She's fucking great in Totally Killer. First time I watched that movie, I was like, oh, she's awesome. She's really good with her character's through line and emotional journey. She's currently, or at least was very recently, Roxy on Broadway in Chicago. Let's see. Last year, she made her Broadway debut. Yeah, I'm not sure if she's still playing Roxy Hart in Chicago, but yeah, I think she's great. And then Mason, of course, my friend, my buddy, my fan, who was in Scream 5 and 6, and is just a good guy. He was also in Fall. And also, this screenplay is written by, I don't know Philip Murphy, but it's also co-written by Christopher Landon of Happy Death Day and Freaky, and Michael Kennedy, who did Freaky. And it'll be directed by Josh Rubin, who is also great. He did Werewolves Within and Scare Me. He was he our first interview on Scream Dreams? He may have been the very first episode on Scream Dreams. That's my other interview show, other podcast. Subscribe to it on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. We're up to we passed 30 episodes. It's me and Catherine Corcoran and Barbara Crampton. Great stuff. So check out Scream Dreams. We got an interview with Ty West coming up. Yes, Josh Rubin of Dropout fame. That's correct. Yeah, we have Ty West and we have Jennifer Tilly. We interviewed her coming out. Great stuff. So look forward to that. I'm seeing divisive comments about Totally Killer in the comments. That was one of my favorites of the year, man. I thought that movie was fucking hilarious. So check it out if you can. It's on Amazon Prime. And yeah, that'll be the kill count this Friday. We'll talk more about that shortly. The Institute, based on a Stephen King novel that I've yet to read, that is going to series. I think 8 episodes. Yes, 8 episodes. The Institute. I don't know Ben Barnes from Shadow and Bone and other things. Very handsome man. And Mary Louise Parker. We just saw her on the channel. Yeah, Ben Bellevue, our producer and brand manager, who always makes these live streams possible. Shout out to Ben. He's in the chat right now. He keeps simping over Ben Barnes. So maybe it's just because it's another Ben. I get it. I'm like James McAvoy, great guy. But Mary Louise Parker, we just saw her on the channel in Red Dragon. And of course, I know her best for Weeds. This is coming from Jack Bender, who did Lost, a bunch of other things, and it's a Stephen King story, so maybe I'll try to read that one before this comes out. I just got his collection of short stories that just came out. I think it's called You Like It Darker. I was on a really good reading habit for a few months this year, and then I fell off of it. But Bunny was the book I read, and I think The Return was the other one, and Stinger. Yeah, Stinger. Robert McNamon. Good movie, or good books. I don't like Kindles. I like hard copies of books. I look at too many fucking screens. I know that the Kindle screen is different. It's more like an Etch-a-Sketch instead of like a but like I love the smell of a book. I love reading the page or flipping the pages and doing the dog earing. And just, I love it. So maybe I'll do some TikToks about books that I've read. Because Bunny is real good, and I think it's going to get a adaptation. What I think about Sting? I really like Sting. Have I seen it? I don't think there's been a screen adaptation. I think there's one. Oh, Sting. Fuck. I was talking about Stinger. Sting the spider movie. No, I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, when you dog ear a page, that's when you fold the corner to be like, oh, that's where I'm at. I'll come back to it. It's not good for the book, but fuck it. If It Bleeds. That's my friend. That's my Scream Dreams co-host, Catherine Corcoran. Matthew Hirsch, who I've met, is making his feature directorial debut with If It Bleeds. A lot of horror people in this cast, so I think Catherine I'm pretty sure she's like the lead, but Bonnie it's like an anthological. Yeah, it's an anthology-style crime thriller. Catherine plays like a reporter who is uncovering a series of gruesome murders. And so Bonnie Aarons is in it. John Kassir, the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt. D. Wallace, Doug Jones, Chrissy Fox, another friend of mine, Gigi Gustin, who I know from, American Grit. That's right, American Grit, this fucking reality show that John Cena hosted that was on Fox back when I worked on it, and so I would have to, like, pull clips from it. She won the second and final season of that show. That's so weird that, like, because I really liked watching that show, honestly. And I also, it was this thing where the contestants would be eliminated each week, and that was when I decided to get weird with my edits, and I would do these, like, really silly edits of the contestants being eliminated. I wonder if it's still on fucking YouTube. And some of my bosses were like, this is too weird for us. It's too, because, like, they were funny. I'm gonna see if any of my old work is still on YouTube. Fuck. Hold on. American Grit elimination, maybe?
Today is a double elimination. The goal
John
of the
Cena.
challenge is simple. Balance a ball. Who is the one that punches their every 10 minutes?
No, I did, like, my videos were like tributes to the fallen cast members, but they would be like really sappy music. Ah, man, I don't even know if that's still on here. Who the fuck? I must be the first person in years to search American Grit on YouTube. Oh god, I won't be able to find that. Okay. Moving on. Oh, was that it? Was that the last little story? Okay. Then we have a trailer. Still Wakes the Deep. The upcoming narrative horror from the award-winning developer The Chinese Room in secret mode. Is this a game? What is this? Sounds like a game. It is a game. Okay. Let's check this out then. Oh, you can't see it? What? You should be able to see something.
You bring the police to my door, to my rig.
I can sort this, right? I just need time.
Don't you answer me back! You're fired. You hear me? Fired.
Jesus, Gregor! Gregor!
Whoa. Ooh. Yo, that looks cool. Whoa. I mean, one, great accents right off the bat. Wow, it's about to it's about to go to this live stream. This moment really creeps me. So it looks like the story is what, you get fired and then, like, right before you leave this oil rig or something in the water, you get attacked by, yes, you are an offshore oil rig worker fighting for your life through a vicious storm, perilous surroundings, and the dark, freezing North Sea waters. Great. That sounds fucking cool. And then, like, this moment, I love falling into the water like that. That's creepy. Awesome. Is this Lovecraftian? I don't know what's going on here. Very Thing-like stuff happening. This creeps me out so much. Being underwater within a structure like Titanic or what was that? The Deep House, where it was like the scuba diver influencers who were filming inside like a sunken house or some shit. Anytime you're inside something underwater, that's terrifying to me because it'd be so easy to get trapped. The game Subnautica, which is one of my favorite games of all time, that has a lot of instances where you're like, especially the DLC, that has a lot of instances where you're navigating these sunken ships with like a little flashlight and you're underwater. Oh, it's so creepy to me. I love it. And then there are some other cool looking things here, man. Like that scare got me right there when you turn around. There's this guy. Love that. Those little flashes are intriguing. I wonder if they're like some kind of psychological state of your character with some story stuff going on. And then there's a shot. Oh, the jumping over the gap there, I feel really got me. I felt that in the pit of my stomach. This too, when he's looking down as he's shuffling alongside. And then this feels like some endgame shit, right? Like, I don't know what's going on here. That looks like it might have to do with the end of the game. That little creature crawling by looked really cool. And then the photorealism of these burned images, it's also intriguing. Looks like photos being burnt or something. This looks fucking cool, man. Available on June 18th. That's tomorrow. It's on Xbox, PS5, and Steam. That looks really cool, man. I wish I had time to play games. Fuck. Oh man, I really want to play this. Maybe I'll try to carve out some time. You know what? We have off on Wednesday. The company has off for Juneteenth. Maybe I'll play that because I don't have any work scheduled that day. So maybe that'd be cool. Okay, let's get to Dead Meat news. Get that music going again. Yes, if I do play it, it will be streamed for sure. Gotta make that content, you know? But no, it'd be fun to stream. All right. Dead Meat news. Last weekend, we had 2 kill counts come out. Lisa Frankenstein came out on Friday. That's more of a cult movie than I thought. I thought horror fans might know it, appreciate it. Turns out, not necessarily. Saw a lot of people saying they had never heard of that movie. So that explains its box office performance. Didn't do well at the box office. It's written by Diablo Cody. I think it's a cute movie. And you know what? I bet in 5 to 10 years, there'll be a whole bunch of people saying how much they love it. And that it's a shame that it didn't do well when it came out. But I did my part. I covered it. And, hopefully people find it through that kill count. Hopefully people who may not have heard of it due to the marketing or its underperformance at the box office see the kill count. And for some of those people, I hope it's a movie that really clicks and resonates with them, because it is the type of movie that'll speak really strongly to certain people. And I hope that those people find it through the kill count if they haven't already and are able to enjoy it. So that'll be good enough for me if that's what happens. And then on Sunday was The Stepfather, which is one that I've been wanting to cover for a while. I love The Stepfather. Amazing 80s slasher, but more of a psychological thriller. Incredible performances, especially by Terry O'Quinn and Jill Sholin. And it was just fun to have a little extra episode. I always love the double episodes. That'll be the last Sunday kill count until October, which sucks because I love having the double kill counts because it gives me 2 fucking dopamine boosts over the weekend. It's great, but we have so many events coming up this year that we won't have the time to do the 2 a weeks. So obviously in October we'll have 2 a week, but until then we have to just kind of bank up those episodes. Yes, Lisa Frankenstein is streaming on Peacock. I'm not sure where The Stepfather is streaming, but check them out if you can, and enjoy. Oh yeah, Jill did do a Father's Day tweet, that's right. This Friday is Totally Killer, which is another really enjoyable movie that now all of a sudden, after Lisa Frankenstein's performance, I'm kind of worried about. Because I was like, oh, if it's 2024, we're fucking good. Guess not, necessarily. And I don't know how many people saw Totally Killer, but it's a really... I think Totally Killer has more broad appeal than Lisa Frankenstein, maybe. I think Totally Killer is hilarious. Oh, Stepfather's on Tubi, so there you go. Yeah, Totally Killer, I think, is such a funny movie. It's Back to the Future, but horror. So it falls in line with the Happy Death Day being Groundhog's Day but horror, or Freaky being Freaky Friday but horror, or It's a Wonderful Knife being It's a Wonderful Life but horror. Totally Killer is Back to the Future but horror. I love it so much. I think it's so fucking funny. And I know that a lot of people who see the premise and maybe a trailer, and they see how it's Kiernan Shipka is a high schooler who goes back in time to 1980, I forget, maybe 7. And they might think that all the jokes are just, well, this is problematic. Those are setups for jokes. Those aren't the jokes. And I think, and that's going to be lost on so many people. They're just going to see her say that a shirt is problematic and be like, this movie's woke. But the premise of the film is a current high schooler going back in time. They would say those things. And just because those people are acting as they would in characters does not necessarily mean the movie is like, they're right, and you're all dumb if you disagree. Because most of the time in this movie, the jokes are more like, she'll say that, and then the response to that is the joke, is the funny part. It's someone being like, no, I think that's hilarious. Watch the movie and keep an open mind. It's so funny. And it's like Julie Bowen is in it, and she's really great in it. It's got Julie Bowen. It has Liana Liberato, who was in Scream 6, and who's just also just a sweetheart. I met her at a convention, hung out with her a lot. She's so sweet. I love her. She's one of my favorite people we've met at a convention. She's so very easy to talk to. Really liked her. Kiernan Shipka, who's always amazing. The professor from Jason X is in it, and he's fucking hilarious. Randall Park is in it. The cast is great. The cast is really good. So check out Totally Killer. I mean, it's on Amazon Prime, so if you have that, it's streaming. And yeah, right off the bat, like right after the intro that sets things up, that first scene where it's like the murder podcaster, I was laughing so hard at those. Oh yeah, where's the foot guy is in it from Scary Movie and from Freddy vs. Jason, Lachlan Monroe. He's also in Riverdale. He's the dad in it. It's great. So the cast is fantastic. Please check out Totally Killer. And then that kill count was a tough one to write. Writer Tim had a rough time with that. There were several meetings in a row where it was like, hey Tim, how's that script going? And he was just like, I'm working on it, because it's going back and forth in time. It's explaining the time travel rules. It's something will happen in the past, and then it's affecting the people in the present, and you just kind of have to explain it. But he did an excellent job finally getting a hold of it, which allowed me to just pop in there and just throw my jokes and observations in. Those are my favorite kinds of scripts from Tim, where he just nails the structure, and he'll have some jokes in there, and then I'll just watch it and make my own like little jokes and not have to worry about the, minutia of the plot and how these characters get from this point to this point. I can just like watch it with a very loose sense of like, oh, let's make some jokes, and then put my jokes over on his structure. I love this format of kill counts. That's what I do with all the more complicated films like Totally Killer. I always take the very simple films. Like The Stepfather, I was like, I'll write that one by myself, and because it's just a straightforward movie. A lot easier. Tim, yeah, he did Lisa Frankenstein, he did Megan, he did the first draft on Killer Clowns. All these, he'll do the first draft, and then I do my revision. What happened to Josh? Josh is, he's editing the hell out of things. He's great. He's getting married right now, or just got married. He's off for this week, that's all I know. All I know is that our schedule is like, all right, we gotta, other editors, we gotta, sorry, but Josh is gone because he's fucking getting married. So good job, Josh. Very proud of him. Good job. After Totally Killer, we're gonna have on Friday the 28th, Pearl. Can't wait for that. That one I'm confident will do well. Great movie. Won the Dead Meat Horror Award for Best Remake or Sequel. It's a prequel. She's a star. It's great. It's coming out a week before Maxine hits, which is the sequel to X, which Pearl is a prequel to. So we'll get the whole trilogy there. Also timed with my Scream Dreams interview with Ty West. So good stuff all around on that. Can't wait for Pearl. And I did announce this, that on Friday, July 5th, which is Chelsea's birthday, Immaculate will come out. The Immaculate Kill Count. And that's another one where I'm like, I think that'll do well. People know that movie, right? Sydney Sweeney. She's hot. In like the, I mean, I guess always, but she's a big star, you know? Immaculate. Good movie. Good nunsploitation movie. So that'll be out. And yeah, got those hits coming out. So check those out if you haven't seen them. And watch those kill counts. We already recorded the podcast fans, which will be out next week. But we did already record it in a violent nature. We did it. We got the screener from the producer, which allowed us to rewatch it after we had already seen it in theaters. Saved us a lot of time from going to the movie theater. Allowed us to like stop, pause, go back, and be like, oh wait, what'd they say? So really excited about that. It's a great conversation. Great podcast. I think it's maybe like an hour and a half. We had a lot to say about it. Even though it's a very simple movie, very slow, we have a lot to say about it, and we love it. So I don't know when it'll be on Shudder, but it is in theaters. You can check that out. Some theaters, I know it's a limited release, so if you can't see it, I'm sorry, but it'll be out there, man. Can't wait for that conversation. What else we got? Anything else going on? Dead Meat will be at VidCon. Is that next week? I think that's next week. June 26th to the 29th. I think the 26th is just like a setup day. So 27, 28, 29. Dead Meat will be at VidCon Anaheim. We will have a booth on the floor of VidCon Anaheim. We are by real companies. Mars Candy. NASA. We're by NASA. We're just our fucking rink-a-dink company. Alright, we're here too. Come by the booth. A lot of really cool shit there. We have merch for sale, but that's the most boring shit. Why is NASA at VidCon? I don't know, man. So they can live stream the moon. But we will have a personality test that you can take to get one of like 8 or 9 character cards that Chelsea designed by hand. Little collectible cards. They'll be like trading cards that you take the personality quiz, and then you get to see which classic monster or like horror killer character you are. They're not like, it won't be like, you're Jason. It'll be more like a werewolf or like a slasher or like a ghost. But they're really cool, very cute designs, and you can try to collect them all. I don't know if that's the point. Thank you, Robert Willing. But, yeah, go blue. Sorry. I mean, green's cool too. So make sure you stop by the booth, take the personality quiz, get a collectible card, and then we will have a recreation of the second kill count set. We've been saying the original kill count set. It's not, but I mean, it's close enough. It's the one that I think most people know, the one from like the Saw series, the bigger one with the 3 shelves rather than just the 1 shelf. That was from the very beginning. But in any case, it'll be a recreation. You can get a photo there with all the props there. We'll have a cool neon sign saying the kill count where the logo usually is in the video, so it'll look like that. Will the website be out before the end of the year? Yes, before the end of the year for sure. I don't know when exactly, but definitely before the end of the year. We're getting closer every day. But yes, VidCon, please come by. There is also a fun little thing going on at VidCon. A thing that we're very excited about. If you come to VidCon, if you come to our booth, and you're talking to people working there who are all Dead Meat employees, you can... Chelsea and I won't be at the booth the whole time. We'll be stopping by on occasion, but it will be staffed by our employees. So if you ever want to thank someone for the cool sponsor bits, you can thank Ben. He'll be working there. Or if you really love the Dead Meat TikTok, you can thank Michael. He'll be working there. We'll have our people there staffing it, and you can say hi and show your appreciation for them, the Dead Meat team. But when you're talking to them, maybe just mention like a birthday celebration. Ask about if there's any cool birthday celebrations going on, and you know, you might get the hookup to a little secret screening that'll be taking place in Anaheim that we'll be hosting that weekend. It's a really cool screening. If I were you, I wouldn't want to miss it. It's really cool. So maybe just ask about a birthday celebration and do something cool. It's great. I think that's all I got. So thanks for tuning in. Spread the word about Dead Meat Presents. Let's get these let's get those podcast numbers back up, man. I just feel like people probably just don't know. You know, casual fans are like, oh, where's the podcast? I haven't seen it posted to Dead Meat in a while. It's like, well, it's over here. You should come check it out. But yeah, spread the word and come to our booth at VidCon. That's our big thing right now. After that, we will be at, I think, Flashback Weekend in Chicago in August. So if you're in that area and you like horror conventions and maybe want to try to meet us, that'd be a good one. But I think that's all we got lined up right now. Besides, that's all I can say. Great. Any update for the shop? No. Well, bane of my existence. We had such a good thing going. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by, and we'll see you next week. See ya.